If you're getting started with an online shop, one of the most important things you have to do right out of the gate is to get your email marketing list sorted. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why this is so important before I get stuck into showing you my recommended starting place for new businesses, so stick around until the end of this video. And if you haven't already subscribed or clicked the notification bell, please do that now and you'll get an email from YouTube every time I post a new video. So why is creating an email list so important in the current digital marketing climate? Well, reason number 1, you own the audience. You own your audience if you have their email address. You can communicate with them anytime you want, and if you use the right tools, you can track and monitor the effectiveness of your communications with them. Let's just say that you have a Facebook page or an Instagram account page with 500 followers and you want to tell your audience about a new promotion that you're running on product X. So you go and you create a post or a graphic and then you put it on Instagram, Facebook. You sit back waiting for the orders to flood your inbox, except all you hear is crickets or the sound of other marketing emails arriving in there. Maybe a friend or two likes your post. Then you get discouraged and you realize that posting on social media isn't really working for you. This situation is something that anybody who's tried to sell organically on social media will have experienced, but it highlights an important element of social media that I want you to pay attention to. Social media is in the advertising business. They aren't going to give you all that much free advertising. So if you want your message to be shown to as many people on their platform as possible, they will expect you to pay for the privilege because they are the ones who got those people to sign up to their platform in the first place. They own the audience, not you. However, if you have garnered the email addresses of a client or anybody else, then you have their permission to send them emails. You also have the freedom to do that anytime you want. You'll send it directly to their inbox. The important thing to keep in mind is that the email list belongs to you, not to anybody else. So if your Facebook or Instagram account gets hacked or blocked for whatever reason, you will still have your email list and you'll be able to take that list to any provider of bulk marketing services and still communicate with your customers. Social media has no hold on that. Reason number 2, it's an economical way to communicate with customers. Depending on the size of your list, you may have to pay a bulk email provider to send the emails for you, but this is not normally a huge expense. And if you have a small list, you can probably get a free service. Researchers have shown that email marketing can offer as much as 44 times the investment cost per email sent or per campaign sent. So if you spent, say, $10 on sending out a bulk email campaign, you could get up to $440 in sales from just that one email. And that's a statistic you really need to pay attention to. In my personal experience with sending out newsletters to lists of upwards of 15,000 subscribers, I've never paid for the service until recently. Lots of good value bulk emailing companies have cottoned onto these subscription models and they will charge you a monthly fee to send out a certain threshold of emails to your list. However, there are other companies who offer equally good service on a pay-as-you-go basis, and those are the ones I recommend using. That said, setting up a third-party SMTP bulk email service does require some technical know-how, and to this end, I'm happy to offer my services to anybody watching this video who needs help with it. I will put a link in the description where you can order this assistance directly from me. Reason number 3, it's measurable. One of the best things about email marketing is that it's easily trackable. This means that you'll be able to see exactly which of your contacts have opened the email, how many times they did it, what links they clicked on, and you'll even know whether or not they made a purchase from that link, depending on the software you use. This is incredibly valuable for any marketer because it lets you see what works and what doesn't work, right down to the images and language that you're using in your copy for that email. There are some industry standards regarding opening rates, and these can seem quite low, but if you're astute in your use of triggers and other persuasive language, you can consistently outperform the averages for whatever industry you are in. Good copywriting and imagery can go a long way to convincing your audience to make a purchase or hear what you have to say. If you make your email content something of value, like including intellectual property such as training or any other useful info, you'll definitely see an uptake rate get very compelling with your email marketing. So those are my 3 main reasons for putting effort into building your email list and obviously to market your products to your audience. There are many others, but these three to my mind are the most important. Okay, so if you're still watching this video, let me give you a few pointers on how to get started. Firstly, let's talk about providing the mechanism to sign up to your email list. I'm sure that you visited many websites where a few seconds after loading the homepage, you are suddenly blasted with a pop-up window asking you to subscribe to their mailing list, right? I personally hate those things, and I make it a point to dismiss them just as quickly as they arrive. Pop-ups are still as annoying today as they were back in the days when Alta Vista was the search engine of choice. So I either put the sign-up integration into the sidebar of a website or the footer, and I make it a point to link to the newsletter sign-up in most of the content that I produce on my websites. So put it at the end of the article or whatever you're doing. My go-to provider for startups is undoubtedly MailChimp, mainly because they make it incredibly easy to integrate your website into their systems. Install a WordPress plugin, complete a few fields for integration, and you're all set to begin not only gathering new signups using one of the methods they produce or provide, but you can also start sending email from their bulk, from their servers, without having to adjust any of your DNS settings. Incentivizing. If there's an incentive like a big fat juicy discount code, I might not be so hasty in dismissing the opportunity to sign up for a list. Who doesn't like a big fat discount? So there's your incentive to attract new subscribers. Offer discounts or special offers to incentivize people to sign up to your list. There are a few other ways of incentivizing people to sign up, including competitions, giveaways, etc. Use your imagination, but get that email address. There are a multitude of bulk email service providers you can use. Some of them offer free service up to a certain threshold, but generally sending out a big bulk email isn't as expensive as you might think. I have a list of about 1,000 subscribers to my photography community now, and I send out at least one newsletter a month. This costs me less than $1 using Mailgun. I'm a big fan of MailChimp, who provide a free service for lists of up to 2,000 addresses, after which you'll need to select one of their paid plans. For small businesses, they're pretty sweet, but it does get expensive after that free threshold has been reached. At that point, I would probably migrate to a more specialized provider such as Mailgun, where you can still get a reasonable value at a decent price. So you may be thinking, well, if I'm still relying on third parties to do the sending for me, how is this ownership of my audience? Pretty simple, actually. The list of email addresses is yours, and you can use any provider you like to send email to those addresses. It's called freedom of choice. All you do is keep the email address in what's known as a CSV file, and you can import that to your provider and begin sending email to that list in a matter of minutes. If the provider changes their tune, simply close your account and go to a different provider. You have that freedom. So that's a wrap for this video. If you found what I had to say useful, please give it a thumbs up and share the link with your friends, hopefully on a mailing list, right? If you have any questions, be sure to leave a comment, and if you'd like to support the work I do, please consider buying me a coffee or making a direct donation using the links in the description. Until next time, please take extra good care of yourself. Adios.